So today's exercise for our 30-day challenge are two options for a hip flexor stretch. So for the first one, if it's okay to kneel, you're going to start kneeling, and you could put a mat or a carpet or something soft under your knees. And you're going to bring one foot forward like you are proposing, and then you're going to inch that foot a little further forward and lean into that front leg. So your goal is to feel a stretch through the front of your hip flexor here. We're going to hold it for about 30 seconds. You're going to take some deep breaths, breathing in through the nose and out through the mouth. Some things you want to think about while you hold this stretch is that you don't want this foot way back here and all this pressure in your knee. This front knee should feel fine. If your bottom knee is sore, you can either put more padding underneath, or the stretch we'll show you in a second is another option, especially if being on your knees is not okay. Go ahead and press back, and let's do the other side. So you're going to creep your other foot forward, tuck the tailbone, and then lean into that stretch. And again, you should be feeling this stretch through the front of your back leg. And take a few deep breaths here. Inhaling and exhaling. And you can play. Maybe when you've been there 15 seconds, maybe you can sink a little deeper into the stretch. Maybe you need to ease off. You always want to work to a point where there's stretch but no strain at all. And I'm going to say that that was probably about 30 seconds. And so our next stretch we actually need a bed for. So what you're going to do is come to the edge of your bed, and you're going to let one leg hang off. And we're going to stay here for about 30 seconds too. So I have one leg bent and relaxed on the bed and one leg just draped off. And I'm trying to find a similar stretch to what I just found on that hip flexor stretch. Through the front of my thigh, through the front of my hip, maybe even up into my waist a little bit. One thing you want to watch for, I know I have to watch for this, is that your ribs don't pop up when you do this. So actively pulling your ribs down can help. Also, feeling like that leg is heavy, almost as if someone's pushing down on your knee, can help. And you can make that as intense or as relaxed as you want. But again, you're going through a stretch through the front of that leg. And you'll hold here for about 30 seconds. And then let's spin around and we'll do it on the other side. So I'm going to let my other leg hang off. You can notice if one side feels tighter than the other. And you can just breathe here. And sometimes I find when I'm holding this stretch, it doesn't feel that tight in the beginning, but 15 seconds in, it almost feels like it's tighter or that I'm getting a better stretch. So it can change within those 30 seconds. And you breathe, making sure those ribs don't pop up, because if you're tight here, it can pull you up here, right, when that leg hangs off. So that rib is heavy. About 5 more seconds. And relax. So you can play with those two stretches to stretch your hip flexors.